evening, guys, and welcome to our podcast today, Open Mic Untold Stories. Today we are going to be talking about the impact of technology on families. How does technology help our family? What are the pros? What are the negativity, the positivity of technology, and the impact on our families? Do we even talk to ourselves as families? And what role has technology played in terms of making the family come together or otherwise? So again, today I have my crew here and we are going to be talking about this interesting topic as it affects our families. So I'm going to start from myself. Technology, no doubt, has helped the family in a lot of ways. It has helped bring family together. We can make video calls with families depending on wherever they are in the world. We can have a group conversations with our technology. It helps our children, to do their homeworks from school. It helps us in our research, anything we want to do as it has to do with research and the rest of them. So yes, technology is good. It has its positive impact in family. That is where I stand today, and I want to believe that we should continue to do everything possible for the advancement of technology in our families. Omoyemi, what's your take on this?
Yes, gone are the days when you think, will technology survive this era, or is it something that has come to stay? Gone are those days. Technology has done more good than harm. I can tell you that for a fact. Scientific advancements, health technological advancements, solutions to major life needs. So technology has come to stay, and what we want to talk about or touch light on is how will this technology not eliminate us, because we can't eliminate technology anymore. Like I said, we've moved past that. But how do we make sure that it does not eliminate us, quote and unquote, eliminate us in the sense that family relationships are not affected, father, mother, children bond, how are those times taken? How do we move from point A to point B, or how do we manage the use of technology with our family members, our children, our dinner tables, outings, and all of that? What do mothers or single parents, families need, at that point in time, or what are the age appropriate technologies that we can use? So those are some of the things we'll be talking about today. But yeah, like I said, my take is it's come to stay. Let's talk about management. Thank you.
Yes, we're going to be talking about management and the impact of technology in our families. Okay, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree that technology has come to bridge a lot of gaps. The things that we struggled with in the past, or even our predecessors or parents kind of like try to do manually, technology has advanced for us. The way we relate as families, it has bridged a lot of gaps. It has improved the way we communicate. Even it helps us to connect to family members across many oceans and distance. It just brings us together. Looking at the pros, while we know that it has some cons too, but it helps us with technology. It helps us with healthcare, helps us as families, helps us in terms of work. The way we do our work, it has reformed the way we think, our learning system, education, everything. It has reformed and shaped everything. Were we prepared enough for this? I don't think we were enough. We were prepared enough for it, but it has come, and we have to maximize it and also know how not to get consumed by it.
So the impact of technology on families, I realize sometimes there are some conversations our children cannot have with us, and with the help of technology, it has really helped. Sometimes you have a group conversations, like a group chat, on your phone with father, mother, children, and these children will go on it and then drop their thoughts in it. So that for me has helped, and it has also helped, in making sure that our children, family can pour their minds, through technology. So for me, I think technology is what has come to stay, and we should embrace it as a family. Does it have its cons? Yes, I think we are still going to get there. But all in all, I think technology is good. We should embrace it. It makes everything work easy for the family, and it helps us get out of some troubles. Yes.
So, Kenny, what are the challenges we are having with technologies these days? Let's not try to see from the angle of being a parent. Just generally, what are the technologies? How do they affect us? What are the cons?
So the negative part of technology as it affects families, it takes away family bonding. It takes away conversations, real-time conversations among families. The screen time we have on our phones, on our gadgets, has taken away that time that we could have used to have heart-to-heart conversations with, father, mother, or children. So yes, the negative impact of technology is that it's making family far away from each other, even whilst they are together under the same roof.
So, Funke, do you think, or better put, how do we mitigate or how do we balance this aspect of, children being in silos, being on their gadgets in place of building relationship or building friendship? They are concerned about that screen time, that gadget, and whatever they got going on, the different apps that are causing different issues, and companies are being sued right now. You understand what I'm saying? So how do we take the children away from focusing 100% on that and help them balance family time, and help them improve their communication?
Yes, and I think this is the point I made earlier about the fact that were we prepared enough with this advancement of technology. Technology in itself is not the problem. It's our lack of preparedness and lack of structure around the use of technology. Technology will always be what it is. It's going to have a lot of things that will suck us in. But do you have a technology plan for your family? I was part of this parenting program last year, and they talk extensively about the dangers of screen time, even for you, in terms of your biology. Your screen time for your children is bad. So the longer they get exposed to the screen time, even for us as adults, it's going to mess with our brain. We keep getting this dopamine rush that is messing up our system, and we don't realize that. So there's some kind of addiction that we get from it, and we are not realizing it. So we have to be aware, number one, of the dangers of being overly exposed to screen, and then we have to have a plan. What is as a parent, are you timing your children's technology time? Do we have technology plans for our children? And I would encourage parents to make sure they have that. When you talk about plan, what do you mean? What do you mean by plan? Yes, which means basically that when your kids, for every age really, from your children from 0 to 5 years old, if you look at it, they should really have screen time because their brains are still forming. And the more exposure they have to TV, you are making their brains adapt to it and need it. That's why you see some kids throw tantrums when you take the phone away from them. They're crying frantically because you've made them so dependent on it. So can we limit that time or not expose them? Go ahead.
Just to buttress your point, I was at the cinemas with the kids over the weekend, and there's this movie showing now. It talked about toys going extinct and screens, taking over.
Yes.
It was about 2 hours movie, and it clearly stated, how parents are by themselves bought those iPads, the screens, and by themselves replace toys with screens.
Yes.
It's so hard because and one of the things I would say, I'm on both sides. For a single parent, for example, working from home, or who does everything by herself or himself, and you need to augment the time, with the screen for the kids in order to be able to do other things. So the screens may be good, they may be useful, they may be helpful, especially when you have limited resources in care, in coverage of your kids and all that. But to what extent? Like Funke was saying, how do you use the app settings? Those settings are there. Those parental settings are there. The limitations, where they can get to, or the access, the level of access they have. and don't have, those things are embedded in some applications. So you as a parent, single, full parent, grand, everything, how are you using those applications, the settings that comes with each of those apps, even the screens themselves? Are you using those to restrict the level of access and even the timing for your kids, so that they don't go outside of the bone, or just like get so like Funke said, the dopamine rush, the addiction, to that screen? How do you use those things to help them?
So I think, let me take it up from what Funke said as regards if parents are ready for this technological advancement. I think the world is evolving. If you notice while we are growing up, I don't think we have anything technology. We play with friends, we play with our neighbors, we talk to daddy and mommy, we play with sound and everything.
Run around the city.
It has its own advantages. It helps us have that bonding, real friends, and I still have friends that I kept since, secondary school days. That is good. However, the advancement of technology as it affects family today, you realize that it comes with its own kind of education, and how it helps our children to also meet with, world standard. When anything happens, for instance, in America today, trust me, a kid in Congo that has access to internet will know about it on the spot. So that is the advantage, as it has to do with family. So it has impacted family positively. But again, are we ready as a people for this technology advancement? I think that is the problem that we have now. Technology in itself is not bad, but are we ready for it?
Great question. You said 0 to 5 the other time. Can you, so after 5, what happens?
Yes, so I think we just need to make sure as parents that we educate ourselves first about what are the pros and cons of using technology, and then look at age-appropriate use of technology for your children and what you want them to be exposed to. At what age should your children own a phone, number one? Because I think we also look at these things. It's not only phones. We look at the TVs we have in the house. Look at your tablets. We're having Alexa now. We're having all this AI assisted stuff that we have in the house. How much are you wanting your kids to be exposed to? And then you have to, like she said here, you have to make sure you are tailoring your settings to that. If you don't want them to have it at a certain age, determine when is the best time for your children. I am not in the best position to tell a parent when their children should, because we're seeing 8-year-olds have phones now, even 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds, everybody to their own. But at every age, whatever they're exposed to, like my brother said here, when you're having your kid, do you want your kids to know everything that's going on in the world, or do you want to shield them from certain things? So the rush of information can be dangerous to them. So from 5 to 8, 5 to 10, I don't have all of the statistics in my hands, but I would say, like, from age appropriate ones between that 5 to 8, about 2 hours per day is what I've seen. That 5 to about between 5 and 10, 2 hours per day, and limiting it, yes. But it's kind of hard, like you said, for parents, because we think that that's the best thing for us to distract our kids now. But is it really the best thing? Can they read books? Because we're forgetting the fact that there are books that they can read now. And if you say you just want to limit, and there are also educational apps on the TV. But again, we still have to be aware of the dangers of the screen itself, even though we're exposing them to that. And I would like to also add to that for teenagers, when they're getting curious about a lot of things, that's when we think we can trust them with the phones. Oh, I've raised them enough and trust them, and they can. But at this point in time, they're open to sex and all these different things. They're going to be curious about all these things. They're dating. They want to talk to boys. And then there's social media. Do you want them? Are we talking about it? Because as you're using phones, you're raising your kids along and making use of these phones. Are you wanting to start talking about when is it appropriate for them to start dating, or what can they be exposed to? All those education, it comes along with it, so we can balance it. And I didn't want to forget about the fact that hopefully we're still going to come to the fact that it's not only kids that are misusing technology.
Oh, yes.
Even we as parents.
Sure.
As if we didn't have toys when we were babies. Now we're taking, we're using phones like toys, and we're not even paying attention to our families like we should. So everybody has their own weaknesses there, I'll stop there and let you add to that.
So I think regulation is what I noticed here. We all agree that technology in itself is not bad, but the time allotted to, kids at home, even to ourselves, because you cannot be on your phone and then ask your children not to be on their phone or their tablet or even screen time. Do you even spend family time with your children? So so that I don't digress, technology is good. Knowing what is happening in the world at the speed of light is good, but regulation is key here. And all these apps has, parental guidance such that you can also, control it from your own phone and the rest of them. So for me, I insist that technology is good. Let us encourage our children. In fact, the world is going technology today. Let's encourage the family to do more of it, but let us regulate it, and it's going to start from us as adults. I don't even want to say parents, as adults. It starts from us. In the US today, about 40% of the cause of accident is as a result of a small or a slight distraction from focusing on driving, and as a result of people trying to quickly respond to text messages on their phone and the rest of them. So yes, regulation, personal discipline, I think is key here.
Totally, I agree with you. So just to buttress also on the benefit or how we can, what actionable items, what specific actions can we parents or even generally the public take to help our kids. I think, like Funke said, this is not teaching or training anybody, it's just my personal perspective and some of the things I've done to help regulate the use of technology in my family. So the use of some gadget, depending on if we're in school season or out of school season, they get a laptop. Like the tech time is usually once a week, except of course if they have online classes, they have access to that to do their homework and attend classes. But aside that, for their personal time on the gadgets, we have Sunday within a specific period of time. You have your 2 hours, and that's as from age that started like age 7, 8, thereabout. So allotting that time. Also, another thing I did was to say that during our family time, we have family time that you can come in with gadgets, because we want to ask Siri, what is this definition? What is this? So we are researching for words. So we do have tech family time, like our own tech talk. That's what we call it. And there are also times when, and that happens in my closet, don't tell anybody, that there's no gadget. It's just a one-on-one time with, my kids, individual of them, like, what are you going through? How are you? And that happened seriously in my closet, because it's kind of like the place where we have that sanity, the quietness. It's not like, anyways, let me not expose that, but that's where we found our safe space and our peaceful space. So I take that time to talk to them. My phones aren't there, none of their phones, no landlines or anything. It's just quiet. It's just for us to talk and bond. And we also have a collective family time where there are no gadgets. So putting those timetables, plotting those activities on the timetable over the week, the month, will help you have a routine that balances the use of gadgets with your parents, with your children, and even you as a parent. That control, that self-training that you have with your kid, that you put out for your kid, will also help you in your life, because it's your personal discipline that shoots across to your kids, and vice versa. That's what other thing do you think we can?
So in conclusion, I think we all agree technology is not bad in itself. It's just the way we use it, the regulation, the time to use it, what we watch or what we give attention to on our technologies, on our gadgets, on everything. And I think that is what is important for parents.
I'm sorry, I do have a quick question though. Some parents work from home, right? And kids, we all know, they learn from what they see, sometimes not even what you say. So they see their parents 247 on the laptop as guilty, charged as, well, how do you guys say?
Guilty as
guilty as charged. anyways, they see their parents 247 because I work from home. I have to use the laptop with multiple screens. They grew up to see a bit of that, and seeing that makes them think that, okay, it's okay to use the garden. My mom uses her laptop every time, all through the week and all that. So it's just now that they are understanding that that's work for me, that I wasn't playing or.
Yeah, I think that takes us to the what we do on our gadgets.
Yes.
So it is work. When it is work, it is work. This is what I had to do.
But for the kids, some will not be able to translate or understand that it is work. How do you then explain the version of what you do, what I say, not do as I do?
So that is the conversations that we need to also have with our children. With kiddos at home. That look, if it is work, then I'm permitted to use it. If it is for school, online classes, yes, you are permitted to use it, but not for leisure all the time. We need to also encourage family bonding. Trust me, I still stand on the fact that technology is good. However, I think it should be regulated. Correct. Watch out for that.